Hi, I'm Captain Phelps of ShoreThang Charters, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite all-around flies. It's olive and white Clouser, a little red eye. To tie this fly, you only need a few simple materials. You're going to need 6 or 7 32 eyes, a 3407 hook in size number 2, and 3 types of ultra hair, olive, white, and a little bit of red. And I will also add a little bit of crystal flash in there. So to start with, you're going to put your hook in the vise, and I'm going to tie some thread onto the hook. Cut that off. And I'm going to take my eye, my lead eye, and it's important to have a decent amount of weight on this eye to help get it down for the type of fishing we're going to use this for. And I'm going to do some figure eights here, three one way, 3 the other, and then I'm going to do a figure 8 and wrap around the hook. You want to make sure this doesn't twist. And so you want to get this locked tonight. You don't want that to happen, so you want to lock this down pretty good. These heavier eyes need to be tied in a little better than some lighter ones. So I'll really put several wraps on this. If they twist, the fly doesn't work very well. Now that it's locked in pretty good, I'm actually going to wrap the thread into the front of the eye, right by the hook eye. I'm going to start with the bottom of the fly first. So I'm going to start with the white ultra hair, and I'm going to take approximately half the length of the material, and not too thick, and I'm going to wrap it around like this, and I'm going to tie this in the front. Then I'm going to come over the eyes, and I'm going to wrap it pretty often, several wraps right behind the eyes to kind of hold that down. And then that's pretty good, but I'm going to wrap back just a little bit further and then wrap back. This is going to prevent some of the wrapping around the shank of the hook when you're casting it. Now I'm going to wrap back up to the front of the hook again, and I'm going to rotate my vise to tie the top of the fly. But first I'm going to add this crystal flash into the middle. So again, I'm going to take 3 or 4 strands of this crystal flash. You can use pearl or olive, whatever you prefer. And then I'm going to tie this right in. To make a few wraps, I'm going to kind of use this time to place the crystal flash on each side, holding it back like this, and then I'm going to tie it in. Sometimes they even come behind the eye here. It'll hold that in place real nicely. Now I'm going to tie the olive part of the fly, which is the upper half of the fly. I'm going to do the same thing. Take a strand, fold it over halfway, tie it in 3 or 4 wraps, and then adjust it like I want it, a little bit on each side of the shank of the hook. Hold it back, and then I'm going to tie it in. And I'm not going to wrap a lot of times here. I'm going to keep the amount of thread to a minimum. And now it's going to help me tie in the red throat. This red throat's going to give it a nice little bit of pop red color. So I'm going to take just a short piece of this. If you don't want this too long, fold this over just enough to hold it with your fingertips, and I'm going to wrap this in just on the head of the fly, not very far back. And then I'm going to actually trim that right about the top of the hook there, like that. Wrap it in to finish it off, and then finish this at the end. You can add a little glue to it, and there's your olive and white Clouser. Thanks.